Hey guys, welcome in. We're back from Dallas and we are back. Thanks for everybody that joined our TRC live on Tuesday night. We appreciate every one of you all. That was a great showing. How's everybody doing tonight? What's going on?
It's
Doing
Thursday,
great.
baby.
I'm all right. Been better.
Rocking and rolling.
So Dallas was an adventure. How about it, Will? What do you think?
It definitely was an adventure. Trip wise for me, driving across the country was really good. Didn't really have any problems on the road. Had a lot of, fun. Went to the Bonnie and Clyde Museum in Gibbsland, Louisiana, right outside of Shreveport. Went to the ambush site again. Second time I've been there. Really a lot of fun. Really cool to see. Got into Dallas. Didn't have a whole lot of trouble getting in there. Got to the hotel, but then trying to go anywhere was like an hour journey one way to get anywhere. So that was probably the biggest damper on the whole trip. Now the convention itself, I think, was a little oversold. I think they sold too much.
Right.
I think there
Yeah.
was too many admission tickets sold, probably too many autograph tickets sold. The photo ops kind of ran late into the autograph times, which kind of threw things off. So if you had a 1:30, you were mixed in line with the 1:30s and the 2:30s and the 3:30s, and that kind of made it a little difficult. And then there was little tiny, like, just weird decisions, like doing the certifications for items, which was a total different company than anybody I would ever use anyway. But they had, like, you would get your stuff signed, and then you would have to go to another part of the convention to go and get it certified, which made no sense for them to put the stickers on. Like, they literally could have been slapping them on right there at the table, or at least at the end of the row of autographs, you could have had the people right there, and they could have slapped them on. So there was little, kind of oddities. The spread out of the times was probably
What was that noise?
purposeful, but it didn't make any sense because photo ops don't take hardly any time to knock out.
What's
Yeah.
that
Um,
noise?
and
What you
and
got one
then
ticket for like that was like 2:30 and then another one for 5?
yeah, it was really weird. So I think there was just some logistical stuff they could have done a little better. I definitely think the idea of you can't take pictures of people signing your stuff is really weird. Like, you're not going to cause any harm whatsoever by taking pictures of people signing your stuff. So that was kind of odd.
It was.
I mean, just little things like that. The cost of the event, you should have pretty much been able to do anything you wanted that was legal, and it would have been okay. So, um,
Welcome in, Larry and
not
Beth.
not the best show I've ever been to, but I mean overall, I mean, if there was one of those expos somewhere else outside of that Dallas metropolitan area, I would probably go to that show again, just not necessarily in that location. I think the only con of the pros and cons of the trip was just that metropolitan traffic was so bad. Like, it's hard to explain. We've been in so many different metros doing shows, and that to me was just the worst. Taking an hour, literally jumping on the interstate, and took like nearly an hour to get anywhere.
Right.
That was ridiculous.
I
So
mean, because
other
you
than
all
that,
would be on
Well,
the
I
comparing what was faster, the interstate or not interstate or the highway.
yeah,
I
and,
I
and
think
there were times where the non-interstate routes were faster than the interstate routes, which is crazy. Now I will say, probably one of, if not the best parts of the trip, actual parts of the trip, was when we were at Target and we got to see what virtually was a live episode of Cops, because
Cops,
there was
really.
some shoplifters running from some cops, and they chased them down and tased them and handcuffed them, and it was a great experience. I loved that part of it.
I did
Um,
too.
but for me, anytime I go to the conventions, it's never usually about the talent, never usually about any of that stuff. It's usually just about getting together and hanging out and having fun. Didn't really see much of everybody because there were so many things going on and everybody was kind of going in different directions. But we did get to have some good meals together and some times together. So That was my experience. I think Charlotte will be a lot better because it's so much smaller and the area is so much more open that we'll get to spend a lot more time together coming up soon. Go
I
ahead,
I
Kev.
agree.
thi- I think the issue or part of the issue with Dallas, especially there, is because compared to where the hotel was and the convention area, you're in literally downtown Dallas, literally downtown, like where Sarah works. And it takes me getting her to work or back home easily an hour plus. And just to get out of Dallas, out of downtown Dallas, could take up to 20, 30 minutes sometimes. So I
Yeah, but
think that,
everywhere I go though, for every convention, I stay really close to where the convention spot's at. So I mean,
yeah,
I
no,
didn't
I
I didn't
think it's
stay.
this is a bad, I think this is a bad location for it.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that 100%. I think if you're going to do the Fan Expo, I think Houston is spread out a lot more than Dallas is. Houston's spread out much more
Well,
geographically, and
you could have
I,
easily have done this in Arlington,
yeah,
away from downtown Dallas, down what
yeah,
30 minutes down the road, 20 minutes down the road in Arlington, and it
yeah,
would have been. I think it would have been more successful or more of a better
I
drive
agree.
and such
I
than
agree. There were
doing it
several
downtown.
spots that we all saw that we thought would have been better. There was a couple spots in Irving. There was a couple
Yeah,
spots down towards Grand Prairie. There was some spots
yeah,
that we thought were a lot bigger and a lot better for it. But I think if they had done it in Houston, I've been to that convention center several times, and it's just geographically open so much more that I think it would have been more beneficial. So, other than that, I mean, I have no complaints. It was a great trip. It was a lot of fun, and got all my stuff done that I wanted to get done, and a lot of other people's stuff too. So, can't complain.
Yeah, I didn't like the time tickets. You know, where you it had 1:30 and then 2:30, but it ended up at when Cena was running late. Especially Cena was running late on the picture. You know, the photo ops. That it
Yeah,
didn't matter what time it was. You know, you got everybody at once. I understand the concept that they were trying to do, but it didn't work out because they sold too. You like you said, they sold too many tickets more than
if they stuck to the timetables, like if it was 1:30, like say they had to shut down photo ops for a couple hours to get for him to be on time for the 1:30 autograph session, and then he goes back and knocks out 15 minutes of photo ops, then goes
right.
back and does the 2:30 autograph session or whatever. That would have made more sense. But trying to cram all the photo ops in, then going in 35, 45 minutes late into the first set of autograph session, you've already destroyed your whole timetable for the day. Like you didn't just mess it up for a short term, you've destroyed your whole schedule for the whole day at that point. Because even when he got done, the only thing he could do is get up from the table and run to his panel
Right.
to start it, to try to start his panel. And I mean, I think they could have been handled a little differently. Photo ops should have been, till 1:15, and they stopped, and then he made his way over to the autograph table, started right at 1:30. If you had kept the schedule going, it would have been a lot less congested.
See it. That's the way they did with the Royal Rumble when I met Kevin Owens. They had a timetable for everything, and that timetable worked well because
Yeah,
where Owens was, Truth was, and then they had a break, and then Owens showed up, and then they sold their tickets, and then they had a break, and then right behind the line showed up was the next person. It actually
yeah,
worked well when it works, but that was just a clusterfuck, man.
yeah, yep.
yeah.
So I'm saying, all right, guys, we talked about the trip. Anybody else want to talk about the Dallas trip that hasn't yet?
I do.
Okay, go for it.
My as getting to hang out with everybody and getting to see each other. That was one of my favorite parts. But probably the top two, if I had to go down to the top two of my favorite, was first. Right now, we're seeing right now part of it. Rogers in his man cave. Got a chance to go visit Roger, and thank you, Roger and Sarah. Had a great weekend. Got to see his man cave. guys, that was my favorite part of the trip. Just seeing everybody's collection, seeing Roger's collection. It's amazing, brother. The other part I enjoyed was going out to eat that last Saturday night. We had to one of the members, a great member of ours, Nicola and her husband Dave, got to go. We went on the border and just hearing the stories, cutting up. Those were probably two of my favorite part of the trips.
You forgot your third part, sitting next to the wise man on a fucking airplane.
That's right. It kept your ass calm.
Yeah.
And you did good.
No,
Didn't
I'm
he bring
fine.
any special cookies with you?
Nope.
Nope.
I barely knew Ben was there. I only saw Ben, I think, twice the whole time.
Well, most of hell, I didn't even see him either. Most of the time I saw him, he was already asleep, looking the other way. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna fucking watch TV, and then when he got up early the next morning and left, and I was sleeping. So it worked out pretty good. I didn't have to put up with him.
Yeah.
Damn.
Ben left.
Yeah. Well, for me, the older I get, I'm ready to go to bed. And that time change, though, for real, it messed me up too.
Especially on
Yeah.
the, I don't want it to sound like a whine, but on that plane and just getting there, and then your hours are messed up. It wasn't so bad for me getting back, but once getting there, it was.
I can't sleep on a plane no matter how hard I try.
I tried to, but I had this damn Perryville idiot in my ear trying to tell me about everything. You can't sleep when you have one of those Perryville cicadas.
You know, Kev, I'm convinced riding on these planes has made you irritable.
I'm convinced of that too.
Maybe you need to take some medicinal before you get on the plane.
I mean, you wasn't that bad when you went to Orlando.
No, I'm fine.
It wasn't that bad when he went to Indy either.
No, it was all cool.
Yeah, but he didn't fly to Indy.
It's probably that stench when you get to Texas. It smells like the Cowboys.
No, well, actually, I thought we was going to see a bunch of
your
cowboy
fat
stuff.
ass.
But when you get there, they welcome you to Maverick country.
Oh.
They really do. Everything's Dallas Mavericks.
And then they throw cow shit at you and go, smell Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice? You don't even know what fucking
You mean Jerry
teams
Jones?
you're talking about. Players.
Colton, the plane ride was only what was it, Ben? An hour 48 minutes.
Hour and 45
Damn,
minutes,
that's
something
short.
like that.
One way. But of course,
I'll tell you what, just a heads up for whenever you guys fly from now on. We used to fly Southwest because of the whole, free bag check.
I still do.
Not anymore.
Why?
They did away with all
They
that
should
shit.
Get away with it.
I
Now
have
you
two
have-
bags
now you have-
for
now you
free
have to
on
pay.
Southwest.
Well, they just now changed it. I
Yes,
think it
now.
goes into effect this summer. But yeah, you start having to pay for bags, and I said, well, hell, why would I fly Southwest when I could fly another airline for cheaper and still pay the exact same price for fucking bags?
Well,
They got rid of every incentive to fly with them.
if
But
they do
cheaper
that, then-
isn't better.
I mean, hell, I could fly American or United for a little bit cheaper and not have to deal with that bullshit.
more like the Cowgirls go Eagles. Holy shit! Colton Elkins is saying go Eagles. That's your son?
He's
I like him.
He's adopted.
I like him.
Holy hell! We have an Elkins Eagles fan. That's fucking awesome.
I think we just witnessed an Elkins heel turn right there.
We did.
I think we just.
He
walked-
says,
just
Roger,
witnessed
you
a-
get nothing.
Sorry,
He's
guys. Let's move
adopted.
on. So it was. I guess that happened on Sunday, right when we were coming back or whatever. The news being released that R-Truth. They decided to release him, which that's why I'm tongue tied because I still can't believe it. We're going to go through some thoughts and reactions. Start with you, Roger. What's your thoughts and reactions about them letting Truth go?
From hearing what I've heard lately now, it's more of the fact of a budget issue, which I don't agree with at all because you just, again, posted record quarterly profits, yet you're cutting people due to budget cuts, and you cut the guy you just had in a match with the world champ, who's not only was he in a match with the world champ, but you turn around, he's one of your most popular, most talented wrestlers. You can put him in a match, you can put him out of a match, and he's still going to produce and give you the pop from the fans that
Yeah, he was
you
on
had
every
no
show on Friday nights,
you had no reason, there was no reason to release him. I
But
mean,
then you still got
there
Akira
was
Tozawa on the roster.
yeah, and there was people sitting there saying chanting his name during the show Friday, and then you had him on Monday too. So I mean, it's a bad situation. I don't like it. I don't agree with it at all one bit. And I hope it changes. But there's also talk that he could go to AEW and be a heel. So who
Oh
knows?
wow, who the hell thinks of that?
It's out there. It's out there in the chats.
I mean, I've seen
But
him as a heel before, and I loved it. In TNA, he was with the Three Live Crew. It was great, but I
no,
sure the hell wouldn't take him and turn him into a heel now.
again, different places. Look, they turned around and turned Ricochet into a heel in AEW, and I
Yeah, but he
mean he's
still
doing.
sucks.
uh, Yeah, but given the situation, I mean he's doing pretty good for the
Yeah,
situation. But I mean, I think if you did that to our truth, uh, I don't know how it would turn out. But there's just talks out there in chat land. Now, whether it's true or not, who knows? I hope WWE goes and picks him back up and they can work something out. But we'll see. I was very upset with it as well.
You know, if he goes to AEW, I think he would work better in the Ring of Honor part. Just my opinion. And Colton says, and my dad will tell you, I've been calling R-Truth a lot of stuff lately, but I never thought they would release him.
Yeah, he's right. I never saw that coming, but I mean, they did it with a lot of other people, and they keep doing the same thing, claiming budget cuts, yet they sit there and make record profits for quarters, and so it doesn't add up one bit at all.
Yeah, I see you're probably going to see some more unexpected cuts too. Brian, what you got, bro?
So, like Roger said, the dude was literally in a world championship match on Saturday night main event. And literally, when I seen it pop up, does WWE not like say, hey, best of luck in your future endeavors anymore? Because
No.
granted, I know R-Truth, they're not renewing his contract, right? So, but you couldn't find it anywhere. So you seen that tweet or whatever he had, you couldn't validate it because you couldn't see it anywhere, right?
well, they didn't even say anything about Carlito.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
then you
same
seen
they
thing.
said nothing
but then
about it.
but then you seen all these experts start tweeting the same thing. You're like, oh crap, it really happened, and literally, he sold merch. He just had a new shirt that came out that night, right?
Right, and they've
And
already
then-
banned it, but it was already pre-selling out.
Yeah,
and then my whole thing is okay, maybe they don't want him to be a wrestler anymore. But dude, he could be a producer. He could do anything backstage. He could still do something to where he could appear on camera or whatever. He's a multi-use guy. Like they could use him for something, but to just not want to renew his contract is just makes zero sense to me.
Beth, I would love to see him back in TNA, but pretty much right now, WWE talent is the TNA champion. So
and that's what I was gonna say is, and that's what I'm saying. If he goes to TNA, well, WWE and TNA still have that partnership. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. I was just shocked by it. It sucks because we all love R-Truth and what he can bring to the table, and it's unfortunate that they decided to part ways, but it's business, right?
I mean, I've been a huge fan of his since since the K Quick and the days, and then I mean he was an awesome heel in TNA.
Don't forget, he was a heel in WWE too with Little Jimmy and all that stuff too. So
I thought, is that when he was smoking a cigarette?
When he had that feud with John Cena and
Yeah.
So,
all right, Ben, you got any thoughts and comments?
Yeah, like I said, I'll miss R-Truth. Granted, they should have cut a lot more talent. That we,
That's what I don't get is they let him go, but Candice LeRae comes out with DIY Friday night.
For mine, that sticks out is Tazawa, Maxine Dupree, people like that they're on there just the job of matching and lose and get their ass beat. That's why can't they get rid of people like that and they're let go of our truth? But for me, where it's a business. He's 50 plus years old. I mean, unfortunately, he's not getting any younger. Yes, and it's very coincident that you notice that he fought John Cena in the main event, which John Cena is supposedly his favorite of all time or his favorite. Got to do
Popular
that. That
favorite.
was my favorite part. Seeing him coming out as Ron Cena. That shit was hilarious. I almost wanted to buy the damn shirt. That's how it got me as a person that would want to buy it. But I'm gonna miss that. But I think when it said, if you noticed his towel, it says "My last time's now," which was the reference of John Cena, but you didn't know it was for him too. But as for
I
a
don't get that
business,
part.
yeah, as for a business, it sucks. But unfortunately, we're going to probably see more to come. My favorite R Truth is the little Jimmy skits. Seeing him just break. The Judgment Days had some funny parts
It's
there.
hilarious.
Yeah. Other than that, those are some of the things I can remember him by. I love his song. What's Up? That's I can still sing that and think of that song. It's catchy, but
Can you sing it? You can go for it.
yeah.
Sing it. You said you can still sing it.
Hey,
Go for it.
hey, you can get with this or you can get with that. You better get with this because this is where it's at.
What's up?
What's
Yeah,
up?
what's up?
Good job,
All
Dan.
right, that's all I got.
On Carlito, I didn't like the Carlito, the way they did. I like Carlito Caribbean Cool when he come in, and with Cena, that's the one that I like.
Yeah, they didn't even give him his original music.
Right. Okay, Nick, your turn. What you got?
So I know exactly why they're doing this. They're using the term budget cut as an excuse. They let go of, a lot of NXT talent, Gigi Dolan, a couple other women. I think what's going on is it all sounded good at the beginning when you had this TKO and WWE merger. But as anybody knows, once you become part of another company, you're not the end all be all of decision making. They can come up with any reason underneath the sun to trim the fat. And it's not that they don't have enough money. It's like, well, how can we have more money by getting rid of some of these big contracts? Because our truth was making a considerable amount of money, for as long as he's been there. Maybe not as much as like, a Roman Reigns or a John Cena or, something like that, but he was probably making quite a bit. He's been there since 2008. So a lot of these smaller contracts in NXT, not a lot of money to be saved, but it's still there. As a matter of fact, today they were talking about renegotiating Roman Reigns' $20 million contract.
Oh, that won't
How
go over
true
good.
that is, I don't know.
I don't.
But
I don't believe any truth in that.
the question becomes, are they now looking at not necessarily how much the person is making for the company? R Truth was making the company money with his appearances, his merchandise. You could put him with anybody. The stuff with the Judgment Day was hilarious. The stuff with the Miz was so good. The Awesome Truth championship tag team run, so good. You could put him with anybody. Him being 54 years old, he still is in the best shape of his life, still putting on great matches. I mean, the man could literally do anything. He could wrestle, he could dance, he could rap, he could sing, anything. He was WWE's jack of all trades. I mean, no matter who he was in the ring with, he made him look like $1,000,000. Now, you would think the company would, like, like you guys were saying, keep him on as, a producer or help out with training in NXT. There's a lot of things that he could do to help out the future generation. And what this goes into is this is another example of them not appreciating the stars that have carried the company. Because as we've talked about before, what new stars have they created in the last 10 years? Very few. You know, the idea that they've done this, you know, we don't know all the details. Did he ask for, you know, his release? You know, was he like, hey, I'm kind of winding down? I think they could have done it in a more dignified way. It was cool to see him wrestle Cena his last match. But I know from
his last
hearing,
match, he got
yeah,
killed in his last match.
I mean, from seeing, you know, all these years, he is well loved in the locker room. Everybody loves him. Everybody respects him. He has such a huge lineage of titles. I mean, hell, he was the NWA champion in TNA. Ron Killings was amazing after he got fired, you know, from WWE for that little short stint as K-Quick. But basically, to wrap it all up, I think it's a slap in the face of such a well-respected wrestler, performer, guy in general. I think it's insulting what they did to him. He definitely didn't deserve that, and it kind of put a sour taste in my mouth of the current regime product slash. But
I didn't even turn on Raw Monday night.
It's upsetting, but you know, unfortunately, it's a cutthroat business. But that's all I got to say on it.
All right, I'll get to Justin's real fast. He says, not a smart man, but wouldn't you want to keep those who bring the crowd, make people enjoy their jobs and having fun doing it? You could tell Truth brought happiness to everyone.
Yeah.
Sweet. Bret Hartson, damn. Welcome in, Brett. Nice to have you.
How's your buddy Bill Goldberg?
What's up, Brett?
All right, Calvin.
Brett screwed Brett.
Hey, we don't have that kind of bullshit around here. Go ahead, Calvin.
I mean,
it
sucks. It sucks. At this point, I'd trade John Cena for R-Truth to come back.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to get some hate. Y'all are going to hate me. I don't care. CM Punk, I don't care.
Well, you trade CM Punk.
You can trade CM Punk easily. I'll give you that one.
But R-Truth was one of the only ones that will make you break character.
Other than Sami Zayn, I agree.
Yeah. I mean, he done it with Judgment Day. He done it with The Miz. They broke character.
Right.
Then the match against Cena, that was, in my opinion, a jobber match, but he got it. So.
Okay. Will, what you got, buddy?
You know, talking about this, I've talked about it 20 or 30 times since we've been doing this, just this alone, that he is the most entertaining person in wrestling. You know, regardless of him being the best wrestler or the best champion or this or that, he is the most entertaining person in wrestling. And, you know, I think he could still do a lot of other things and he could go to other companies and stuff, but I really think he should have been removed from the front as far as the wrestling part of it and made into a producer or a talent trainer or whatever. And I think that would have been far more beneficial. Again, huge loss. It's a shame to see it. And there's a lot of other talent that they could have let go instead. You know, Cena is done in 6 months, so it's not like they have to worry about that contract in the next 6 months. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to record profits for stockholders. And anywhere they can cut, they're going to cut. You know, it's just like any other company. And it just so happens the one person they took out is like the one person everybody doesn't want to see go, you know. So.
Yeah, this was one of my the first one that I've got upset since Bray got released when they released him several years ago.
I honestly think seeing him leave was as bad as seeing a lot of the talent that has passed away. And I know that might sound a little bit morbid, but it
That
was
doesn't. I
sad.
get it.
It was sad to that level. So
I get it. All right, guys, we're going to go through here and we're going to get our predictions. We're not going to go through the whole card because I don't really think the whole card really is very entertaining. We're just going to do the men's and women's Money in the Bank winners. If y'all want to throw in there who wins the main event, you can. But I think that the men's Money in the Bank winner is going to be LA Knight. And then I think the women's is going to be Alexa Bliss. How about it, Roger?
I think it's going to be Seth, and I think it's going to be Alexa Bliss.
I forgot about Seth. That kind of makes sense since they're trying to. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I'm still not changing though. Brian,
Sorry, I'm writing these down.
I appreciate it.
I'm gonna do Seth Rollins as well, but I'm gonna do Rhea Ripley as the women's.
Okay, and that probably makes a lot more sense. I just want them to do something with Alexa. Give her a damn belt.
Yeah, so do I.
It's wishful thinking.
That's exactly why I did it, because you could say Rhea because it just makes total sense. But I want to see him do something with Alexa.
well, don't try to make sense out of it because that's when you
Exactly.
they don't make sense. Trust me.
Okay, Ben.
Okay, so who's still all in the women? Because I know it's Rhea, Roxanne.
Don't ask me.
Stephanie
Yeah.
Vaquer. What's that other one? Julia. She's in it.
Is Chelsea
And,
Green in it?
No.
No.
She deserves nothing.
Becky Lynch. Is she in it?
He gets nothing.
Mhm.
No.
So we got Alexa and Naomi. Shoot.
We know damn well it ain't going to be Naomi.
I'm
Yeah, you don't know.
None of it makes sense because like the ones they got the guys is that's another shitty match too when they let El Americano and all them get in there and Seth's my pick on the men and then just for shits and giggles because I like her nice assets and moves Steph Bakura
All right.
because right now where she just dropped the belt from NXT might as well give her a push to the main event. Especially with them promoting the AAA too.
No, Shane
Hey,
Powers says Naomi.
Hey.
Hell, you don't know.
Hey, what's that move that Stephanie does? She puts her head in her legs and she drops. What's that move called?
Devil's
Evan.
Horns.
That's what it's called, baby. The Gordita. I like it. He said heaven.
No, you got that from me because I said that move that they do with Anna Jay, putting the people's faces in Anna Jay's ass is heaven. That's the move.
I think they call that the tuna fish.
No, hell no, there ain't nothing tuna about that. That's heaven.
No, that's like caviar, baby.
No.
That's like
No.
caviar.
Hey, it's the two-legged tuna.
You can keep your cottage
All
cheese ass to yourself.
What is
Leave
going on
my
here?
two-legged tuna alone. She's awesome.
All
She
right,
may,
next.
she may be a jungle queen.
I can officially say I think we've been off the air too long.
Yeah, we done come back and we're all crazier than hell.
Two-legged tuna.
All right, who's next?
I don't know. The two-legged tuna cottage cheese shit done got me all fucked up.
I think it's
I pick
Yeah,
LA
go with
Knight
Nick.
for the
Nick.
men's.
Let's go with
All
Nick.
right.
Who?
LA Knight for the men's.
Okay.
And I think Becky Lynch for the women.
Is she even in it though?
Is she? I don't know.
I thought she was facing that girl for the Intercontinental title.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
she's facing.
I don't know who's all in the women's
yes.
match, to be honest.
I don't either. That's why I just picked the ones that I
Rhea,
knew was in it.
Tell you how-
Rhea Ripley,
Does that tell you how bad it is?
Alexa Bliss.
Nick is gonna pick Naomi.
There you go. I'll pick Naomi.
She may win it. It's crazy
Wait,
as hell.
is Jade Cargill in it?
No,
I bet.
No.
No, really?
she'll interrupt it though. I bet.
Naomi
Yeah.
beat her and
Yeah.
like somebody. I don't know. The only reason I really picked Alexa is because it's the only one that I really knew was in the event.
Yeah.
So I haven't really paid attention to a lot. Calvin,
So I'm gonna go with Seth and Alexa.
Will,
I'm gonna say Punk and Naomi.
Okay. Do y'all want to do the main event or not?
Okay.
Hey,
Hey,
can I
Punk's
change
not
my
in it.
pick real quick?
Hey, CM Punk's not in the Money Bank.
I thought he was in there.
No, he got beat by El Americano.
Oh.
Him and AJ.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
Lord.
Ariana Grande beat him.
Are you serious?
I thought
Yeah.
Punk was
The
in.
men's is just as shitty as the women's.
Oh man.
So we'll just be watching the main event then, right?
Pretty much.
Probably.
Man, this Money in the Bank's gonna stink.
Yeah,
I
literally.
think main event wise, if you want to go backwards, I don't see how you could let Cena and Logan Paul lose. I don't see that at all.
Yeah, they got to
Yeah.
win. I mean,
Yeah, they can't do that.
I just wonder what that leading is. That going to lead up to a Cena versus Jey Uso match?
Maybe.
It may, and it may also definitely show you a Punk Cena match. So
I'd
I
like to
still
see
think
that.
I still think that's a big possibility.
Yeah, because he wants to run. He wants to ruin wrestling.
I'd love
What's
to
the
see
best way to
Punk
ruin
and
wrestling
Cena one more time.
is
Yeah.
beat Jey Uso for the title and become 18 and screw
Yeah.
everybody.
I agree.
That'd be awesome. Okay, guys, we're going to go in our show and tell. We'll explain our items. And me and Calvin, I'll go first since I got to pull this up.
I never heard two-legged tuna before. That is
There's
hilarious.
Brad Howarth. He's in the house.
Brad Howard, what's up?
Brad
And,
Howard.
Colton was wanting to know who would win in that match, Jay or Cena. I think Cena would. And
Cena
I think
would
they
for
would
sure.
do the
Cena
18
would,
pound.
hands down.
They would put Cena over.
They'd put Cena hands down.
Because Cena's the best.
Well, it's because Cena would tell him you get nothing.
Exactly.
Technically, he is the GOAT, right? I mean,
Okay, can you all see
I
this?
mean, he is now, technically.
I see.
So
it.
I finally done something with the ring that I got from Will. I don't know how long ago.
Is that the
Finally.
Hulkamania ring?
Redone my man the
Right.
Hasbro Hulkamania ring.
Nice.
I like that
Finally
a
done
lot.
something with it. Redone my man cave a little bit.
That ring
So-
was made for Calvin. I'm glad he picked that up.
I would have definitely stripped that back to factory, but I understand.
Now that's why I was
Hey,
glad Calvin got it.
Here's a little history on this. Did you know that the King of the Ring that was yellow was actually supposed to be a Hulkamania Hasbro ring?
No.
Even better.
Hey,
Yeah. When he left, they basically scrapped it and made it in, slapped a King of the Ring sticker on it.
Yeah, Calvin.
I gotta
that's
say,
great.
in almost 40 years of wrestling, I have never heard that before.
Yep.
Brad needed.
Old representative of Hasbro mentioned it in an interview about a year ago.
Wow.
But glad Calvin got this one. I think he's done a great job with it.
Yeah,
I
it
do
looks
too.
great.
see all my
form
custom
piece.
Hogan Hasbros around there.
Heck yeah.
Here you go.
Shout out to Will for that in that last raffle win.
I think it's beautiful.
Those figures look great.
There is a story behind that and one more. If it's all right with Will, I will get into it.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
So all right, so last Thursday, my wife come home and that right there, the signed demolition was just laying on the porch. No box, no package, nothing.
Wow.
I reached out to Will, shout out to him. The John Cena promo that's also in this bunch of pictures, I believe, was missing. Will offered to refund me for it. I refused. He said he'd find me another one, whatever. A little bit of investigative work, found out some little crumb snatchers, 7, 8-year-old kids stole my package, and they put that back on my porch right before it started raining.
Wow.
But I did get the Cena photo file back.
Wow.
So
Hell, they probably didn't know who Demolition was.
at that part, I mean, wow, you're gonna steal something, but I guess they didn't see the Cena photo in there neither because it was still wrapped in the cardboard.
All the
Oh,
damn.
No, I didn't put the Cena photo on here because I just picked 3.
Okay, that's fine.
And here's the next.
Yeah, man. I think I was as upset or more upset than him. I was telling him I'd find him another one and everything else.
Right.
Those
Ooh,
are
Shout
I
out
think
to
it
rare
Will
was.
for that
too.
beautiful diesel.
Oh, I love that.
It is
Oh yeah.
very beautiful. I have
Mer,
one, and
mer, Big
mine
Daddy
don't have
Cool.
Big Daddy Cool on it, but I wish it did. But it's still awesome.
And then,
And I'm looking in the background too. That's all I got for you.
okay.
Nice.
All right.
I think
Very
so. 'Cause I
nice.
think it going into mine here. Yep. There's one of mine.
Ooh, look at that.
I got it up close, but that's a huge ass picture.
Very nice.
Will could kill me. I went back and forth thinking about getting it signed or not, and it turned out to be one of the best looking pieces signed of the weekend.
Yeah, I think it was the nicest of
It was
all the
my
items
favorite.
we got done.
It was
Of
my
all the
favorite
items we
before
got
Truman.
done, it popped like crazy, man. That
Yep.
picture
That is beautiful.
did not do it justice at all.
No, no.
And
You got to
and
see it first.
like I told Kev, I said you won't see anybody else have one of those there, and nobody did.
No, and those
And
very there was
that blue pops too, man.
several people complimented on the poster, and whoever shows up in Charlotte will get to see it because that's when I'm going to get it back.
So what
Woo.
size is that?
It's a huge poster. It's
20,
Holy
20,
shit.
24 by 36. You know
yeah.
they released those. They released those for like 1 week during the WrestleMania 36, COVID era, shit. And they only released two for that match. They released one with Bray standing over Cena, and they released that one with NWO entrance of Cena coming out. And I just happened to buy both of them and never thought about it again. And they're never sold anymore. They are only online for like a week. I think they only made like a couple hundred of each one.
Awesome. I love it. And then let's go to my Wise Man Orange.
Nice. I like that.
I think that turned out very fantastic.
Oh, I agree.
Looks good.
And Cena was just so, he had a lot of people they were organized, but, he was at the end, and then, he was nice as hell. I mean, he would just sit there and just talk, and very good. Now, my last one. That's my last one.
Woo, beautiful.
Now that darker blue on that looks a lot better. I've seen a couple
Yep.
with the lighter blue.
No, that dark blue is,
Yeah,
that dark blue
the
looks awesome.
lighter blue didn't come out as good as the darker blue. I like that a
no, it
lot.
didn't. I apologize to anyone that got the light blue, but the TRC dark blue worked out great.
I wish they would go
Right.
back to that elite package. I love that style.
I ain't apologizing for shit.
Well, I'm glad that I like this one that I got signed better than the defining moments. And I've told several of you all why, because of the
Yeah.
see-through package. This
Yeah.
had the black, and the other see-through package, it just doesn't focus on the fucking autograph as much.
Yeah,
And I ain't apologizing for that either.
that's right.
So that's all I got. And let me go to stop sharing. So that was awesome as hell. So Roger. Hello, Miss Amanda
Yeah.
White. Let me
Yeah,
find you,
but-
Roger.
Welcome in, Amanda.
There you go.
So
Oh, that turned out okay.
No, don't take it out. I can see it good. Don't take it out. It looks good. There you
Well,
go. That looks great. That looks great, man.
I like the way it turned out.
Yeah, that looks great.
yeah, there's the Faker John Cena.
I like that.
And
I'm a fan of that figure.
Me too.
then I got Mr. T.
Ooh, look at that blue. Look at that blue.
That is so cool.
I
Well,
didn't
you gotta
get
add
any of these,
Hogan.
but it looks good at that blue, buddy.
Yeah, Hogan, and maybe if I get lucky, Cowboy Bob Orton to that. And then just gonna show this from Indy.
Nice.
All right. Oh well.
Woo.
So Roger, you're the first one that I've really seen that I get a chance to talk to that got T. Was he nice?
Yeah, he was a good guy. It was similar to. It seems like, or sounds like, it was different experience for you for Cena than it was for me.
Oh wow. Okay.
Cena was rushed. That's why my one picture. I'm not going to show it because I'm pissed off about it. He's supposed to. They only had certain uh, slogans he would write, and I put
The
the
last
real
real champ.
champ, last real champ, and it looks like last lost rail chomp because he was rushing,
Oh man.
and he didn't talk for anything. He
Oh
was like
wow.
he was like, oh hey, and right, and then you're out the other side of the fucking door.
So
So
you get nothing.
yeah,
You
it
did.
was
You definitely
literally
got nothing. Well, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
He
yeah,
turned heel on you.
it was literally nothing. It was like get your shit, get signed. Okay, go out this side door here, and
Man,
you're
that
done.
sucks. That's
And it
Really?
disappointing.
was
He didn't
yeah, I
shake your
was
hand. Nothing.
no,
Oh
no,
wow.
nothing.
Yeah, because Taylor was with me and he shook her hand and mine as well, and he was sitting there and talking to us,
Yeah,
for about a good 2 or 3 minutes, uninterrupted.
nope. Came through, freaking signed it. They went on, and they even I on my belt. He even signed the wrong side, and I even had it pointed towards him, and he spun it around. I was like, no, and he'd already marked it, and I was like, some bitch. I was like, never mind. He's like, no, I can change it. I was like, you already started, so just finish it. I
Wow.
was like, that's the whole reason because I actually carried it because I carried the belt because they were gonna drag it, and I was like, I
Yeah,
got
they would.
autographs on this. I don't want you dragging it and scraping my autographs. So I carried it and turned it to where I wanted him to sign it on the one side, and they fucking spun it back around. I was like, no, and he'd already grabbed it because he was going so fast. He'd already grabbed it and started, and I was like.
Damn.
Wow, I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
it wasn't a good experience.
Yeah.
It
Well, I
was
didn't have
very
Kayla with me. I had Kayla, but because she was helping me with my stuff, and he shook her hand as well.
yeah, it wasn't a good experience. Mr. T was more. It was still the same. It was a little bit rushed because again, just like Will was saying, you had people that had. I had a 1:30 ticket. We
Yep.
didn't get in till 2:50. Line, our line started moving, and then you go from there to Mr. T. And I think Mr. T's was 3:45. So then we waited in line, and it was the same thing. The issue was they weren't splitting it up. They were letting all the VIPs go first, but at the same time, you're letting VIPs go first, and more VIPs are coming up behind, and you're not letting the other people, the non VIP people, go too. You're not splitting it up. So
Right.
it made it for a situation where it was just like, okay, I'm sitting here. Am I even gonna get in because John Cena has a 4:45 or
Right. He was running behind.
4:15? Yeah, he had a 4:15 or 4:45 panel, and it's like, am I even gonna get through? Because all you're doing is letting VIP go through.
And the disability, they would go back and forth.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. He didn't talk to me. He didn't say anything. It was like, hey, and then sign. You're out the door. So yeah, it was a totally
Wow.
different experience.
I'm sorry. I hate to hear that because I was sitting there.
Me
Yeah, that
too.
really stinks, man. I'm sorry that happened.
Yeah, I was more upset. It wasn't the fact that I didn't get to talk to him. I could care less,
Yeah,
but
it was the
you
interview because
screwed.
Sting had done that to me. He only thing he looked at me when I met Sting was, "Is this your pin?" I'm like, well, "Fuck you."
Well, it's the same thing when me and Sarah met Sting. So
See,
yeah,
I don't
but
I
the
don't
only
know if
thing,
everybody's experience was like, for instance, in Indy, a lot of people said Brett was grumpy with them. He wasn't with me.
yeah, he was grumpy with me. He was grumpy
For
Oh,
with me
some
and Sarah.
reason, like when I walked up there and I was like, "Hey man, how you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I'm doing all right." Like he didn't seem to be, but everybody has a different experience. But I would have I think it's wrong for them to rush like that, especially when you guys paid as much money as you did.
Yeah, yeah, he messed up and that was the photo file I got from Will that I bought from Will that got messed up, and then like I said, he put. I mean, it's still the belt is still signed, so it's not that big of a deal, but it was on the opposite side. I wanted it up to where you could see it from here, and it's on the opposite side down at the bottom. So I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. But
All
that's
right.
all I got.
All right, Brian. He's asleep.
Oh, sorry, Roger put me to sleep by Roger put me to sleep by talking that long. Oh my goodness.
Jesus, come on, man.
All right. First thing I got this from William.
Man.
Nice.
Big Daddy Cool Diesel.
Oh shit!
Oh, that looks good.
Damn, I wish I would have got that.
It's
That
such
glare.
a good kid, Brian.
Sorry.
That glare popped up on it, but otherwise, there you go.
Yeah.
That looks good. There you go.
And that
And I got
figure
this-
by itself is
Yes,
awesome.
It's awesome. Then I got this from William as well. The model Rick Martel.
The model, baby.
That's a hell of a pickup right there.
Yep.
That's a rare
And then-
signature.
So I got this in, and guys, I'm telling you, I say it every time I get these, but and I know Kev and William can attest, but I got these in.
Damn.
Oh,
Right?
nice.
Brain busters.
So you know what I got to do with these, right?
Rip 'em.
Rip 'em.
Rip
Rip
'em.
'em.
Rip it.
Guys, I'm telling you, these things are the closest thing to Hasbro's. I'm
Oh,
telling
yeah.
you.
They're beautiful. I love it.
Look at those things.
Hell yeah.
Those look great.
Put some tag belts on them.
Put that Bobby with them. Damn.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's all I have.
Nice.
All right, I already got Calvin, so Will, take it away, brother.
I'll make mine fast. So I know a lot of you guys saw this in the chat, but man, that came out
beautiful.
That's
beautiful,
awesome.
right? I love that Peacemaker. I love the show. Jess and I watched the show together. It's really good. A lot of comedy in it. So, and then earlier, I had to take this off my shoulder. It's getting heavy, but earlier I was showing the belt on the shoulder, but what I wasn't showing was the
Look at that.
autograph right there.
DRC Blue.
Oh, man.
Woo!
That's beautiful.
Always wanted to see a signed belt. Finally got one.
You got a damn good one because that
And then
pops, but damn, not you got to see it in person.
we had some good toy store finds while we were out. And this is
Right.
one of the toy store finds I found, one of the original Legend series.
Oh,
Take
very
this
nice.
in the black pants. So really good condition box. Like, I mean, there's a little crease right here. But
Rip it.
other than that, really good condition box. Perfect to get signed, but you know me, I'd like to have it loose. So
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Rip
I'm
it.
gonna take this super nice Series 2 Classic Superstars.
Toss it.
Toss it.
There it is.
you go.
Yes.
Men on card collectors are crying everywhere.
Yeah, man, I tell you, it was actually in really good shape.
It was.
You know,
Ah,
So-
Jake
It's
needs
really
to breathe.
to some damn good shops.
look at
Look
that.
at look at the Cobra.
I'm pretty impressed with that. So I really like that a lot. Big fan of that. My favorite piece that I got done, I don't have it over here. It's over on the other side, but I'll probably show that next week. I did send some pictures out to everybody though, but really super happy with the way everything came out. And even Cena told Jess, she complimented Jess on the belt choice. I guess there wasn't very many people getting that WWE World Title belt signed. So
No.
she complimented him on the belt choice and shook both of their hands and was talkative with them. And so, I'm glad they had a good experience. I'm sorry that others didn't, for sure. But other than that, I mean, that's a wrap on that.
I picked up, and I'll show it next week too. But I picked up a nice Sergeant Slaughter, that Ultimate Edition. I've been looking for it for a while, and
Yeah.
I got a damn good price on it. So now I officially, until they come out with the. Hey
The
Brian, I
Warrior
wanted to
and
ask you that. What
Honky
is
Tonk
the
Man.
next Coliseum Ultimates? Did they release them?
Not
Isn't
yet.
it no they
Warrior
haven't
and Honky Tonk Man.
yet.
But that's who it's going to be.
Yep.
Okay, I didn't even know who the hell it was going to be. I hadn't heard.
When is the 4-pack retros coming? Do we know?
No, they haven't said anything.
They haven't announced a date yet. I would say sometime probably in July.
That's a
That's
good
a
series
good
though.
that's a good series coming out. Everybody's deceased in the series, but it's still a good series coming out.
And they all have accessories. That's the best
Yeah.
part, too.
Mr. Paul Benjamin Bowman.
All right, we'll start with we'll start with Marion. She's got some, I guess, new balls. She likes to play and collect with like little balls. And this over the weekend, we at Dallas bought her a Five Nights at Freddy blanket, but we actually got that on the bed. And then she got a little Freddy figure, but she decided to show the two little balls. I don't know why, but that's what she wanted to show. And then
All
for
right.
me, shout out to Shane Myron, who gifted me this beautiful 1 of 3,000 Blade Runner Sting.
Welcome in, David.
So I was actually pumped to get
That's
this
awesome.
today and sing sweet. But that's all we have.
These are bouncy balls.
They're bouncy balls. Okay.
Bouncy ball. Yeah. Tell Daddy
I,
to
I
make sure
lost,
he gets
I
it
lost my
right.
balls a long time ago.
I wasn't going to say anything, but oh, boy, yeah. Why did you mute it? You're getting your ass chewed out, buddy.
Yeah, I'm getting shoot out.
Wow. Ben Bowman. I heard that. Wow. All right. That was awesome.
Ben, what did you get? What did you get signed by Cena? I don't think I ever saw anything that you got signed.
Well, the thing is I'm waiting to get those completed because there is a chance. Here, Marion, get down. There's a chance next Friday that Cody Rhodes is going to be in town, but at that Wheatley thing. But I don't know what they allow to get autographed, not autographed. I'm gonna take Marion, but I'm gonna try to get that John Cena WrestleMania posters completed with Cody. That was my only two I got was the WrestleMania 41 poster and the Bartlett poster.
You'll
But I'm
fucking
gonna try
win
to
if
get
you
those
put Cody
completed.
on
If
it.
I get them completed, that's definitely gonna get show.
It'll go down in value with Cody on it.
Well, he's on there. That's why my chance why I got the poster because it was Cena's last WrestleMania, and Cody more likely to be around signing stuff. But I'm gonna try it next week to see how it goes. I've never been to one of those. What do you call them? Signings or what the Wheatley signings for alcohol and because I
From
can
what
care less
I've
getting alcohol.
heard about the Wheatley signings, they're more lenient on getting stuff signed as opposed to the Real American Beer.
Okay,
All right,
You
Nick,
do
you're
I'm
up.
gonna try.
So I took advantage of the Mattel Creations sale that they had last week. I've been waiting on these things. And these are only some of them. I didn't want to bring too much in here, but I got the Territories 4-pack. Here's the Superstar
Love it.
Billy Graham.
Great figure.
I got the
I'm glad you opened it.
oh, absolutely. I got the set with Ted and Steamboat. I also
Yeah,
got
that
the
looks.
set
I'm gonna
with
have to open mine because that
uh,
looks a lot better.
the Piper and the George Animal Steel. I needed this because this is an 80s Piper, and this is the only one they've made of him in the 80s besides the boxing one. These are so nice. So well detailed. I got this a couple weeks ago. I'm building a section of my collection of Mick Foley stuff. So I got this from Ben. This is the night that he won the title on Raw.
Great.
Beautiful blue. Love it. Looks great. I finally got this framed. I've been framing
Okay,
a lot
one
of
more.
stuff. Got the Lex
Oh,
Luger
yeah.
Narcissist. Yellow Pops.
Love it.
One more real quick. So
Okay, real quick.
I got this at Indy. This is a I won't say a shoe, boot, whatever. This is a custom title. Got a really good deal on it.
This looks
And
nice.
that's my show and tell.
All right, everybody. Great show tonight. Great items. Everything went smooth. Appreciate you all hanging out with us. Will, what you got for us in closing, brother?
Hey, just real quick, guys. Two things. Number one, please keep Phil in your thoughts and prayers and all that good stuff. He's got a lot going on right now. I don't know how public it is, so I won't say anything. But definitely just think of Phil. And then also to conversing generally works two ways. A lot of times when there's miscommunication, it's because one side of the conversation shuts down and hears the other person talking, but isn't listening to what they're saying. One thing I would really suggest is, if you care about what the other person has to say, listen to them. Try to listen to them and hear their point of view and hear their side of it. And it may totally change the outcome of the conversation. And anytime you can avoid miscommunication, it's always a great thing. So I would really say that.
Amen.
I think there's a lot of miscommunication that goes on in the world today, but I believe it's almost always inflicted by one side not listening to the others. So that's all I got. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate you all, and we'll see y'all very soon.
All right. Thanks, guys.